Question today is, do you recover from loss? And I'll tell you more about that in just a minute, but what is the things that we are celebrating today? We're celebrating the Labor Day in the United States. But we've changed this from one of celebrating the accomplishments, celebrating the provisions, celebrating the things that we've created, celebrating the people, really, who have created the things that have made our lives easier, who have been employed in the economy and continue to support it. We couldn't do it without them. But we transitioned that to looking at it as a loss. The last day of summer, the last day before students go back to school in years past. Now students are back in school before September, before this point in September, before the first Monday in September. We're treating it as a loss instead of an accomplishment and moving forward. The Hurricane Harvey that came through, we looked at it as a loss. We're looking at it as 27 trillion gallons of water dropped on. We're looking at it as a measurement of impact, of destruction. A lot of good things are going to come out of the recovery of Hurricane Harvey. Now Hurricane Irma is coming towards the United States, towards South Florida. And that's a stronger hurricane. And we're looking at what destruction is going to happen. We look at the loss, and we're defining ourselves by the loss. Maybe you are thinking about that, thinking about a loss that you've had. Maybe a loved one that has passed. And it feels hollow. Maybe it's recent. I know on my Instagram feed, on my daily post, a person responded that they had trouble with the quote that I put out from John Maxwell, and that the quote was about loving where you're at, appreciating where you're at, getting comfortable where you're at. And she said, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to get comfortable. I don't know how to love this moment. You see, my two children have been taken away from me by this world. In a 3-year time span. I don't know how to get beyond. I'm being defined by this loss. As many people in Hurricane Harvey, as Hurricane Andrew, as many of the hurricanes that have actually landed on ground, people are defined by the loss. And there's a hollowness. There's an emptiness. If you've lost your parents like I have at age 50, so I'm very comfortable with them because they've been around for, almost every year that I've been alive. They were, yeah, of course. Their dot stopped, my dot started, or continued on, but I felt a loss. We feel a loss. You feel a loss. When you've lost someone, you lost a pet, you lost a close friend. Maybe it's because of suicide, maybe because it's murder, maybe it's because of just health, cancer, or Alzheimer's. The disease suddenly becomes the point of loss. It becomes the assignment to the loss. Well, we know people die, and then we're going to be sad, but how we get up and moving forward is what we need to look at. So today, as Labor Day, as you're celebrating Labor Day, are you thinking about the last day of summer? Are you thinking in what has come or what is yet to be realized? What are you being drawn to? What is today going to mean towards some fulfillment in your life? Are you looking towards this as a calling day of celebration? A day to celebrate that which you're doing towards your calling, towards your meaning, towards your purpose in life? Is there a passion that's really rolled up in there? Well, how do we get from loss, or how do we get from loss to the point of celebration, of forward, of meaning something, of growing into something? So take a look at recovery, and recovery has two meanings. Recovery talks about returning to a normal state of health, strength of mind. So you're going from a loss to something that recovers what you had before the loss. The second meaning, I think, is better situated for what we face when we want to go out of, when we're stuck in that point where that loss is. And that's regaining possession or regaining control. So the moment we say, yes, this loss has happened, I can't do anything else about it. There's nothing in my control that I can do anything with it, but I need to move on in my life. There's much more for me to experience. I can't be defined by this moment. And this doesn't have to be a loss of somebody. It could be a loss of a job. It could be the fact that today didn't go as well as yesterday. And you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, why didn't you do this? What do you find when you look in the mirror and say, I'm stuck, or I'm miserable, I'm frustrated, I hate today? You find an emptiness. You find a dissatisfaction, perhaps. I'm reminded of the point in our lives where we tend to go through this awareness wake up. Or a better example, perhaps, is Bonnie St. John was awarded the Transformational Leadership Award. And she said, one lesson that I would like to impart upon the people in this room was the fact that there were, in my 2 runs, on my ski runs, and she was competing in the Paralympics. On the first one, I had the record. I succeeded. I had the best record. I broke the previous record. I had the best run of my life. And then the second run, I fell down. I fell down and stayed down because I had fallen, I had lost. Well, the person that won, that got the gold, fell down too. But she fell down and got up quicker. So what is it that we need to recover from loss? We need to get up quicker. We need to be so ecstatic about the opportunity to still achieve. So Bonnie St. John won the bronze, even though she had the best first run, but because the other person got quicker up her quicker. So what is it in our life that we can do? What is in your life that you can say, I've got this loss that's been hanging on me, and I can't get up. And it's held me down too long. Let's walk together. Let's explore that. Let's figure out what it is that's holding you down. What's the emptiness that you don't want to part with? How's it serving you? Those are a couple of the questions that we'll explore. But there's so much more that we can do together and help you fill and go past that hole in your life, to go beyond. If you look at like a burn in the grass, over time that grass, the green, the outside perimeter starts to fill in that part that's lost. It's the same way in our life. It's so special to recognize the loss and say, okay, it happened. But today, I'm deciding to get up there's a couple things we have to work on inside. We have to listen. We have to perhaps pray. We need to get our mind focused on what it is that's holding us there. What is it that's keeping us bound up? And we'll explore this. I'm going to post a class. Post a discussion. It's not a class. I'm not going to be teaching. Oh, sure, there'll be some discussion points raised, but it's about a mutual exploration of those points in our lives that are holding us back, that are the emptiness, that are the thing that we need to propel from. We need to go forward. We need to say, this is not the last day of summer. This is the first day of the fall. This is the first day that I'm going to take a step in my life and go forward. Thanks, Lisa, for all the comments. Thanks for jumping in today. Why do we hold on to losses or fear loss rather than looking ahead? What's the fear? Why are we so enamored with that loss? And it's an excellent point. Why are we so enamored? What holds us so attracted to that loss? And yet when we have conversations with people, we can't talk about the joy of the growth, of the change in ourselves, in the betterment of ourselves, as easily as we can talk about, I lost my parents, or I lost my husband, or I lost my child. What can you do to be amazing? So, let's see how we can regain possession. Restore that possession. Talk more, but you really need to be in this class. You need to be in this discussion. And let's explore together. Let's see about that turning point in your life that will propel you from recognizing today is the end of summer to the start of something that will go into your calling, into your meaning in your life. Yes, the word goes, the quicker getter-upper. That's it. Thanks, Lisa. Be well. Look out for that post. Jump in. Invest in this time today. Invest in this time this week. Invest in this opportunity before you to get past the pain, the hurt, the point in your life that you're not satisfied with. It could be your health, it could be your wealth, it could be something that has been bothering you. And let's make it a great day together. My name is Dutkiewicz, and I help by being your leadership partner, by your thought partner, to raise you up and get you to the apex so that you can look beyond to that sunny day ahead and not be defined by the loss in your life. Get to the apex, look beyond, and know that you can go farther. Be well.